Welcome back to the game. Breaking news. Battlefield 2042 AI has been confirmed to be not optional in all-out warfare in the new Battlefield. That's right, guys. For the first time ever, EA is adding AI to the game. This is coming from the Verge article. The headline is EA confirms Battlefield 2042 will use bots to help fill its 128-player servers. You don't have to play with AI in other modes, and if you like them, you can opt for more. I guess they're saying there's going to be other modes that doesn't have it in it, but the main mode, all-out warfare, that's what's really drawing in the Battlefield crowd here, is the all-out warfare. You're going to have AI up in there with you. Battlefield 2042 coming this fall will offer the series' largest skirmishes yet. Its all-out warfare modes can fit 128 simultaneous players in a single match on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC, but you won't always have 128 humans in each match. EA will be backfilling those servers with bots to keep games populated, the company confirms to The Verge, and there's currently no plan to let you turn that off. What in the world? It's almost like someone is trying to sabotage Battlefield from within, like someone working for, I don't know, Call of Duty or something. Hang on, we have something coming in here. EA hires Call of Duty boss to lead Battlefield team. EA hires Call of Duty boss to lead Battlefield team? Uh-oh. That's coming from a Kotaku article here. It says Electronic Arts has appointed Byron Beed as the new SVP and General Manager of the Battlefield series. Beed previously spent nearly 20 years at Activision Blizzard, where he most recently worked as the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Call of Duty series. Well, there you have it, guys. I think we might be in trouble here, us Battlefield players here. They have a Dutier leading the team. We have a Call of Dutier behind enemy lines here, guys. That is big competition. Call of Duty versus Battlefield. Call of Duty's been winning, and maybe, hey, they're sending him in to keep it that way. So we need to keep our eye on Mr. Byron Beed there. This could just be a move to cater to casual gamers and not so much about keeping the servers full. I wish EA would just be straight up with us here, guys. I know one thing I've never had a problem with Battlefield was finding a full server. I don't think that is the real issue here. We're moving the player count up to 128 players this time, but all that means is you need to funnel those players up into the servers. Make sure that people aren't dropping out. If you got dropouts, it's not the end of the world if you're missing a couple players out of 128. You don't need to be sending the robots in. What you do is you just funnel in new players. Make sure your infrastructure is coded right to where you got a steady influx of new players so you don't lose half the server. Just keep funneling in new players, whether that be with your quick match browser. And shoot, even if a server loses half of their players, I'd rather play a half full server than a server half full of bots, or for that matter, a server with any bots. Because what's going to happen here is you might have players backing out and you might fill them up with bots, but if there's too many bots that come in, whether the players notice it or not, you're going to have people checking, okay, how many bots are in this server with me right now? I want to make sure I'm staying competitive, and I want to play in a server that has actual breathing, living people. This is PvP that a lot of Battlefield fans are looking for, including myself, not PV robots, not PvE. We're playing competitive Battlefield out here. So I think what they're trying to do is cater to these casual gamers, because they think if they cast a wider net, they can draw in more fans that'll stick with the franchise if they don't rage quit from all of us Battlefield veterans out here really wrecking them in these servers. What happens is they come in here, oh, it's a new game, let me see what the story's like, and oh, there is no story. Okay, well, let me go online and play with the players on there. They get online, they load up Conquest, they get in there, and next thing you know, I'm dropping bombs on them and grenades, and I'm flanking them and everything else like that. They don't know what to do no more, and now they're rage quitting because they don't have any kills. They're dropping on the leaderboard. Us Battlefield veterans are at the top, and then they never want to play the game again. They go back to playing Call of Duty, whatever. But my point is, those players aren't going to be sticking around anyway. They're going to play whatever the flavor of the week is. The casual gamers are going to get in there, play it for a little bit, get their butt kicked, move move on. But what they're trying to cater to is this Call of Duty crowd. I'm telling you guys, Call of Duty has been outselling Battlefield. They're trying to think, how do we get in on these casual gamers who are picking up Call of Duty over Battlefield? What happens in Call of Duty is you run around a little maze and you're sure enough gonna run up behind somebody without them knowing it, and you're gonna get a kill. You get easy kills in Call of Duty, easier than Battlefield, and that's why a lot of casual gamers prefer it. It's easier to play than Battlefield. You don't have to strategize. Battlefield's more of a thinking man's game. It's chess compared to checkers, guys. I've said it before, and it's still true to this day. Battlefield is more complex, so how do they dumb it down? Well, we're going to add in some robots here who aren't as good as an actual player. PUBG has honestly in the past came out and said, hey, we added bots to our Battle Royale because we wanted to make sure that, here, I'll read what they said. They said, hello survivors. This is coming from PUBG. They said, hello survivors. As happens with many games, we've seen the general skill level of our players grow significantly over the last 3 years. Hello, they're talking about me. While PUBG veterans continue to hone their skills and improve, we're seeing more often that many newer players are being eliminated early with no kills. Wah, wah, wah. And oftentimes with no damage dealt. Well, Jesus Lord. Just stick with it, guys. And, you know, if they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results, change up your strategies, you know, work on your aim, you know, change your sensitivity settings, something, guys. Just, it takes practice, all right? But let me read on. You've been telling us for a while that the widening skill gap is creating a more and more challenging environment for some of our players, and we're now ready to talk about our plan to help this. In an effort to provide more ways for players to hone their skills and be able to fully enjoy what PUBG has to offer, we've decided to introduce bots with Update 7.1. Bots can have both positive and negative effects on a game depending on how well it is programmed. So let's go over some of the things that we've been considering when programming these artificial aggressors. Well, you know what happens with those artificial aggressors? You get in the game and they're wandering around not knowing what to do, and then you pick up easy kills, and that might make a couple of noobs happy. For the committed, skilled players, competitive players who want to put in the work, they want to actually get better. They don't want easy kills, guys. They want to level up in a natural way and take on people that are actually living, breathing, thinking, strategizing. That's the beauty of games, overcoming obstacles and learning and growing. And then when you really do take out another player, you think, you know what, man, that wasn't just some dummy robot. No, that was an actual dude sitting down. Now he's probably standing up there on his controller because I beat him. But that's the beauty of getting one in on somebody like that. You know, they're on the other end, they're probably rage quitting. But that's way better than playing against AI. And now the thing is, it's not optional, but to not making it an option, we'll get to that later. I think I know what they're doing. So full servers in Battlefield now were never an issue. 128 players, I don't think are going to change that. They want to cater to the casual gamers because they think that'll make them more money in the long run. It's this culture of giving everybody 6th and 7th and 8th place trophies. It's like, listen guys, work your way up to 1, 2, and 3. You got to have something to work towards. That's way more rewarding in the long run than just having everything handed to you. The devs are saying in this all-out warfare, there's no plan to have an option to turn these bots off. This is the main mode that Battlefield players are going to want to play. This is what Battlefield is known for, all-out war. These casual gamers won't stick around, I'm telling you, man. Cater to your competitive players. That's what set Battlefield apart from Call of Duty. It was more strategic, a bigger learning curve. It was this, and that. These competitive players are going to stick around. Look at all these Battle Royale games. They're hugely popular because they're super duper competitive, and even the casual players are getting tied up in that as well because it's just human nature to want to be competitive, to want to improve, and not just have a god dang easy, god dang slaughter fest. People are coming to Battlefield for PvP. They don't come to Battlefield for single player AI. You've had single player in the past. What do players prefer to play? They prefer to play the PvP. AI is going to be easier to kill. They said so. They started testing some AI heavy back in the Battlefield 1 days. This is an Electronic Arts article teaching AI agents to play Battlefield. Seed's technical director discusses how a self-learning AI agent taught itself how to play Battlefield 1 multiplayer. And they go on and on about, oh, the AI is learning. learning and they're improving, but they didn't get to a very advanced stage. At the moment, the agents aren't very good at planning ahead. If an agent spots an objective like an enemy player, it will act, but if there's nothing in sight, it will eventually start to spin around to look for something to do. A better strategy would be to go and search for opponents across the map or find somewhere to hide, but the agents aren't quite up to that yet. I'm confident they will do less silly stuff in the future as they become more adept. So they've been working on this since Battlefield 1. This is coming from EA themselves. They're admitting it, saying, hey, back then our AI wasn't that good. So hopefully they improved it enough. You know, EA, DICE, they put out quality products way heck of a lot better than Call of Duty. So with this AI, I could see it being the most advanced AI, great AI, cutting edge AI, but that's still not going to be the same as playing against a player. I don't care how advanced your AI is. I don't care if it passed the Turing test. I want to know I'm playing another player. It's going to be very likely that we run into bots. I know one excuse was, you know what, this is going to keep the servers full and all that. I'm telling you guys, it's not about that. You hear this and you think, oh, they're doing this for us. They're doing it so the servers stay full, which one, like I said before, there shouldn't be a problem keeping them full. I'm still getting into games in Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2, you name it, you can still get into games even for those older games, guys. That's not the issue. They're not being straight up with us because they don't want to come out and say, hey guys, we're making Battlefield easier. Alright, we're going to make it less competitive. That's not a good look for them. They don't want to come out there and say that. But I'll say it. I can see right through this BS. They know the core of Battlefield, the people that have supported the game are competitive players. Even the Conquest players are trying to bring in this hazard zone. Maybe in these other modes thinking, well, are you competitive guys play that? We're going to have our AI mode over here. Guess what? I'm a hardcore Conquest all-out war player. I don't know about this other mode. That hasn't been tested. The tried and true mode is going to be this all-out warfare Conquest type of mode. It's been in Battlefield since I can remember. That's what really brings the most amount of people to Battlefield is all-out war, Conquest, Rush, big old type of game modes like that. So don't cater to your casuals. Casuals will eventually adopt to it when they either grow up, grow some cojones, and want to get competitive and jump into the battle arena. That is Battlefield with people like myself, Battlefield veterans out here. You know, you're going to be talking with your friends, hey, what's your kill to death ratio? Oh, well, how many of them are bots? How many of them are real people? You know, the AI is easier, so those don't really count now, and this and that, and how do you... It just really spoils a lot of the game for a lot of people out here. You want to bring in casual people, have your AI mode, but don't make it mandatory and really make it a negative thing and a disappointment for hardcore, or not even hardcore, just competitive players. There's a lot of casuals that are just, hey, we want something competitive. I don't want to play against the computer, guys. So why wouldn't they make AI optional then? Why are they really trying to cram this down our throats is the question I was asking myself, and I think I have the answer. They're putting AI bots in all-out war, like I said before, the main attraction of Battlefield, and not making it optional. You can't turn it off, nothing like that, no servers with no AI. They're doing it because they know a lot of the casuals are going to be in the all-out war modes. That's the main focus of Battlefield, and once those casuals come in there, they want the bots to trap them. That's right, the AI is going to trap these poor little casual players that can barely be competitive. These little goddamn fawns are going to come in here, and they want the AI to just surround them, and then they want the fawn to attack and take them down and feel like, you know what, I did something finally with myself. I took down some easy opponents here, some easier opponents. We put in the work, we worked ourselves up to the Battlefield veterans that we are, the virtual soldiers that we are on the battlefield out there, the athletes. So they want the casuals to have to come in contact with the AI bots, and instead of working at getting better, taking a couple on the chin, dusting yourself off, getting back up, actually getting better, learning from your mistakes, and becoming an elite Battlefield player. That's when you really fall in love with the game, not when a lot of kills are handed to you. The kills you do get, you're like, man, I don't even deserve that. That was too easy. It's a mess. Look at these AI. They don't even know what they're doing. A lot of people are saying, hey, well, you know, if the the servers are full, then we probably won't ever see any AI. I'm not so sure about that, guys. Do we know that Battlefield and EA and DICE, whatever you want to call them, are gonna be really working on these servers to make sure we don't see a lot of bots, or do they actually want people to run into bots more often, which is why they're putting them in the game in the first place? They didn't have to do that, but there's a reason, and they want more bot action, and I think it's so people seem to perform better in the game, and they think that's going to make them want to stick around. I think it's going to have the opposite reaction. I think competitive players are going to be totally turned off by this, and they're not going to have the option to turn it off, and they're just going to turn off the game completely and play a different Battlefield game, and I don't want that to happen. But until next time, this has been Rusty Pfluger, over and out.